Yes,
Well,
tell
I
me when to
guess.
start.
Yeah. Apparently they can't hear us. Alright, that should be fixed now.
Okay.
Alright.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, can you guys hear us?
Yeah. Are we like audible? Okay, there we go. I should sit like this.
Cool. Alrighty, I'll reintroduce you then.
Yeah, probably. Sounds like a good thing.
Alright. How we going, everyone? Take 2. Alright, up now we have Firesplitter running Hello Kitty Cruisers on the old Nintendo Switch. And how are we going today, Firesplitter?
Oh, we're doing really, really well today. Been practicing for this run the entire week.
Nice. Nice. Well, I need to find out what's happening with the timer, but yes, we can start as soon as you are ready.
Is the timer on? Should my timer be on my end or on your end? By the way?
Good question. I'm just messaging Jill now. But everyone, while we're quickly fixing this technical issue, don't forget, hit that donate button. Donate towards I Support the Girls. It's a brilliant cause. Yeah, I support the girls. I Support the Girls collects and distributes essential items including bras, underwear, and hygiene products, allowing folks experiencing homelessness, impoverishment, and distress to stand tall with dignity. So, be generous. Firesplitter, the timer is on your end.
Cool. Then I add it.
But it's while you're doing that, I think considering this is the third run of the day, I think the fact we've raised $425 already is absolutely brilliant.
I have some error with the camera. Why is there a white circle there?
Right, won't be too much longer.
Why does that white circle want to...
Thanks, Tina. We'll get you.
Anyone know how to fix this? Because my life split is like wanting to be silly.
We can get Jill to do one.
Okay, that's fantastic.
If you would like.
Yeah, very, very much. And yeah, no, because it still wants to do silly stuff. I don't know why it wants to do that.
Cool. Alright, I'll drag Jill in here so we can get a kind of accurate timer and then just count down to when you want it to be started.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll just quickly jump over. I'll be 2 seconds. Cool. Jill is getting it set up.
Okay, thank you very much.
While we're getting it set up, do you want to tell us a little bit about this run or why you got into running this specific?
Oh, gotta talk a little bit about this run. Well, this is gonna be an interesting run because this is a very, very glitchy game. And the times for this game are actually varying quite a bit. because there are some glitches that can happen in this game that will cause us to get huge time losses. I don't want to spoil too much in case we see stuff, but if we miss something interesting that can happen, that we miss, I am gonna say what's missed, that everyone knows it. It's much more fun if people go in unprepared of what's gonna happen. I feel with this game. Because a lot of things can happen here. And what got me to this game initially was the fact that I want to play like a really bad game, because I do like the idea of speedrunning horrible games. This game was like filling all the notes. It was like a recognizable game, like it has a recognizable character. It was horrible. It is like the poster child of like very, very rushed licensed games in my opinion, because there are like so many weird bugs and such in this game.
Cool. Alright. So does this game have a in-game time at the end as well, or?
Sadly, no. Well, there are in-game timers at the end of each course, but those are strongly inaccurate. They are very, very inaccurate because they are also glitching out.
Cool. Oh, Jill's joined the Discord.
Okay, you can just count me down. I'll start the timer.
Okay.
Sorry, my laptop's kind of slow.
Thanks, Jill.
No, it's my fault.
Okay.
I'm gonna start now. We are gonna start.
Yeah, just count me down.
We're gonna start when we press confirm here, which I'm gonna do in 3, 2, 1, start.
Alright, there you go.
So now we play on the first course. We're gonna do a little trick here. At the start, we're gonna turn a little left to hit that boost pad. There are 2 reasons why we do that. It is in part because it gives us more speed, and it's also to ensure we are in last place when we get to the item box. Because if we are in last to close to last place, we have a higher chance of getting triple boost when used in the game. Because obviously they give more speed. We are also gonna use this on other courses as well. We are gonna wait around 1.5 seconds at start of each course to make sure we are towards the bottom of the ranking while we pass through the first item box. Because in this game, in normal racing games, they are usually measuring what item you should get depending on how far away you are from first place. That is not the case in this game. It strictly goes by which position you are in. And to get a triple boost, you have to... Oh no, we got clocked. This is the first clock of the round. Clocks in this game are pretty nasty. They work like lightning in Mario Kart. However, there are some interesting things in this game that makes them a little nastier than normal. So here we go. We're gonna go into the first boating stage. The boat controls of this game is really, really annoying. The boat can really not turn well. We are gonna wait here, as I said, for about 1.5 seconds. Make sure that we are gonna towards the bottom of the list when we reach that point. And now we got a clock. A clock we can also not get unless we are in 4th place or below. Clock is really not helping us, as the clock just slows everyone down, which is not really useful for us in this game because the AI will rarely become a problem to us. It's actually far more like the AI becomes a problem if they go slower, because we are gonna catch up to them, because the AI will realistically not catch up to us, especially not on boating levels, because the AI is not exactly fantastic in this game. As you can, but you will see it even more later. And this does affect another item of the game, which is the rainbow. If you haven't seen it. But I'm gonna explain a little bit about rainbow before we see it, because it's gonna be important to understand how we use it. The rainbow works like the bullet bill in Mario Kart, only that it has a couple of other properties that makes it extremely, extremely bad. First of all, it doesn't make it so you can't get hit by stuff. So if you hit stuff, you are getting hit while you are in that mode, and it's automatically scaring. And the second thing is that it uses this game's very broken AI routing, which means that if you use specific parts, you will just go around in circle until the rainbow is over. Because the AI routing, as I said before, is horrible in this. So we are only gonna use the rainbow if we get it on specific parts of each course where we can actually use it. So yeah, now we get the first airplane stage. The airplane is probably my favorite thing to drive in this game. And look at that, we got the rainbow. We're gonna use the eve here because this course is really kind to the rainbow. It's almost as if I had this plan. Oh no, we got into the wall and missed a thing because of it. Yeah, as I said before, AI routing is really sketchy in this game. And now we have triggered a very interesting glitch with the airplane, which I call the weighted plane. The weighted plane affects how we turn the airplane a little bit, give it different properties. There are 3 different ways I've noticed it can be weighted. It can either be like there is a string pulling you upwards, or there can be like there is a driving, like a pulling force to the left or a pulling force to the right. We are currently having a situation where we are pulling force towards both directions. We're actually using this to take sharp returns to normal. As you can see, when we touch the wall, the airplane automatically like travels across the wall. It's not supposed to work like that normally, but when that glitch is activated, it does that. It's a very interesting glitch. I don't know how it happened. It's not sometimes it does, and on some course I do check for it, because if it happens, we can save quite a lot of time because of it. And we are gonna wait, because we want to give him a fair shot at winning. Not really. Normally we are actually, on each course, we are actually losing time like normally by doing this. However, it is... Oh, we're seeing an interesting glitch here now. You saw how the AI was like driving upon my pie? Instead of getting hit by it. It has to do with how the pie's hitbox is working. So if they drive over my pie at certain parts of the pie, they are actually not getting hit by the pie. Which is quite an interesting glitch. I have never driven upon someone else's pie because of 2 reasons. 1, it's very rarely we are not in first place, and 2, the AI doesn't really hold the pies like this behind them. This is something I do to protect myself from other pies. And 3, there's a 3rd reason I didn't think about. It is because it would lose time to do so, because driving behind someone is really not good, because that means we are not driving at full. Because the AI is really not fantastic in this game, as I have said before. No, we crashed. I was gonna shoot the cone with the pie all the time. I failed. The pie is really bad in this game. It goes straight forward, and it has a weird hitbox, and it doesn't bounce off walls. It's pretty much the worst item in the game by quite a bit. So now we're done with the first tour. Now we're gonna enter the second tour. And on this tour, we are gonna wait just a little bit, because we don't need to wait the full 1.5 seconds here to be in last place. The reason why we wait a little bit is because we want to see what item boxes they pick up, so we can absolutely certainly get an item box. It's so worth it to get the item box to have a shot at triple boost, because of a thing I hope we will see in this run. I get to talk about this, because I don't want to spoil it for you. I don't want to spoil it for all of you, because it's the craziest thing in this game. Let's see if we have weighted play. No, we don't have weighted play. As you see, now we are not getting pulled towards the wall like we did before, because our plane isn't weighted. On this course, it's actually really good to have a weighted plane because of those turns, because those turns are really nasty to take normal. Actually, you can't take them as close as you can, so on this course you actually save a lot of time by being weighted, but we are not weighted right now. Let's see here. This is also one of the scariest courses in the entire run. This run is the by far scariest course of the run. It might not seem that way because this course looks pretty simple to drive. But there might be something happening on this course that is gonna be very scary. I hope it doesn't happen. I really hope it doesn't happen, because if it doesn't, it's gonna finish at a really solid time. If it does happen, things will be interesting. Let's hope nothing sketchy happens for the next 30 seconds, shall we? closing into the finish line. I hope nothing scary happens. Okay, moment of truth. Okay, we made it through. We made it through the course. What can happen on that course is that the game can crash on that course at any one time. It only really happens on that course. I don't know why it happens on that course, but the game can actually crash on that course. And it's a very, very common thing to happen. I think it happens like 1 in 3 or to 1 in 4 runs or something like that. It's a very, very, very common error in this game, that the game crashes on that course. Which adds up to 3 minutes to the run. 2 minutes because we have to replay the course and 1 minute to restart the game and go through all the menuing. It's a wonderful thing that didn't happen. That glitch has killed many, or error I should say, many rounds in my days. As late as yesterday, I actually had a very, very well-paced run die to that. I was minus 40 seconds out of tour 1. That might sound like a lot, and it is a lot. Minus 4 seconds out of the first tour in a racing game. It is a lot, but in this game, time is gained and lost in huge intervals. Like, either you're gaining 10 seconds or you're losing 10 seconds. Because there are a couple of interesting things this can strongly affect your time. The most important thing being the clocks. If you get clocked a lot in a course, that can cost a lot of time, and now you are all thinking, how does that happen? We haven't seen that many clocks this run. And thankfully you're right, but there is a little interesting thing in this game. What? For one reason I will go into later in the run, once you get to 1 clock, you are far more likely that the AI gets more clocks. So once we see 1 clock on a course, it's very, very likely we see more than 1. Which makes the clocks extremely scary. On some courses you can get clocked 5 to 6 times in a row, back to back. Like, that has happened. That is not rare in this game that you get clocked 5 to 6 times in a row. This stage also has a very interesting property here with the vortex there that pulls us towards it. It's actually a really, really interesting thing in this course. It's like a very, very nice touch in a game that seems like really basic more normally. Okay, let's go. Oh, there we go. We saw one of the little things there. The thing there when I go into the wall and the camera starts to mess up, that is actually a recently added feature to the game. I call it feature like with all the quotation marks in the world, because yeah, it doesn't really seem like a feature now, does it? What they tried to do there was to replicate some kind of speed slots for driving to the walls. But there were none before, so like what speedrunners would do at that time was that we would basically touch the walls and drive alongside the walls because it would save time, because you wouldn't lose time for touching the walls. And that would guarantee that you always do the sharpest turns possible. However, in 1.01, they changed how the walls work in the car, so you can no longer do that. Which caused a lot of problems with speedrunning. There are some categories that are almost unrunnable at this point. At this level, we are not gonna wait for the AI to drive before it, because a truth this course is not really as helpful as it was. On this course, however, we are gonna explore a very interesting glitch in this game, which I call the enhanced speed boost. The enhanced speed boost works in a very specific way. When you get through a speed boost in this game, what this game does is that it increases your speed to a certain percentage of your current top speed. And it calculates your current top speed, basically depending on what your current speed is. It does normally take boosts into account. However, when you are just going out for a boost, the game doesn't register that you are actually still in a boosted state. the game thinks that your current top speed is the speed you're currently at and locks your top speed onto the percentage of that top speed, which gives us a higher boost speed than normal. And we can, on this course, chain that out the circles to basically gain a lot of time, which makes this course go extremely fast. We have to do a very specific turn at one of the circles though, otherwise we are not gonna make it through because we actually have far too high speed to play properly. Okay, on this course we're gonna wait a little bit as well. On this course it's really important to get an item. There we go, Rainbow. Rainbow is not what we want here, but we are relatively safe if we use it on this exact spot. We are never safe though, because the AI can block us, which can cause us to... There we go, we saw what happens. We basically drove into a potato there. Thankfully, that actually, I think, saved us a little bit of time because we drove into it towards the end of the rainbow, which means that the potato glide actually locks us in on higher speed than normal, which saves a little bit of time. Here. Nothing interesting yet. Nothing interesting yet. So in this course, what is really important to keep track on are the potato cycles. I have memorized where the most potatoes are at around a certain part of the timer, so I do know about where the potatoes will be. Which is actually really important for routing this course. What you want to do when you route this is to make sure that you are always going to be on the potato side. Sometimes I can take a little bit of course starch to make sure I am good potato cycles, and sometimes I have to really push myself like I did there to make it come. And here we are gonna... There we go. Oh my god, there was a cone there. Let's see here. We are gonna have to take this route now because potato's gonna be there. Don't want to get potato. It actually does a time loss to take that route there because we have the boost pad here with one stop. And there we go. We're done with this course. And we got this stage. One of the longest stages of the game, which has a lot of long straight lines. And I think this is a wonderful course to read up some donations in, if there has come in any.
There's not... There hasn't been any recently, but everyone, if you have not donated already and do want to, I'm pretty sure the donate link is in chat. Get your donations in. But there was a question or two from chat, if you'd be happy to answer that.
Sure, I definitely do answer questions from chat.
Cool. So the first question is this the fastest character, or is there a reason why you've chosen this character?
Oh, there is no fastest character in this game. All characters are equal. I pick Kurumi because she's my absolute favorite character in this game. I mean, just look at her. Just look at her hat. It's definitely the coolest character.
And the second one is, which I believe I saw in chat, is they may have missed the explanation if you explained it, but is there a reason why the cars are driving backwards?
Why the AI drive backwards?
Yeah.
Yeah, as I said before earlier on, the AI in this game are really bad. And when I say bad, I mean really bad. As you saw before when I used Rainbow, the Rainbow would basically throw me into a wall. The AI has that kind of steering routines all the time. There are some courses where the AI are literally gonna get stuck into walls and like never be able to move because they're gonna cause a deadlock with one another. It's a super mega mess. The AI in this game are a super mega mess. So that's why I said before that the clock doesn't really matter, because there is no way the AI is winning over us unless they get certain things happening. Okay, I'm gonna explain if we see it or at the Tour 4, because I want it to be a surprise. I want it to be a surprise for everyone who hasn't seen this run before it's happened. So I'm gonna explain one of the biggest glitches in this game soon, if we don't see it happening. Which explains a lot of why we are routing like we do. But I'm waiting to see if we're gonna see it naturally. There we go, we got the clock. As I said before, the clocks are really not useful. You can only get them in 4th place or below. It's pretty bad to get them because you always feel like, oh my, I could have gotten a triple boost or a rainbow instead of the clock. And the clock is like not really useful. This is, by the way, one of the courses where AI can actually really mess up stuff in. On the top right corner there, the AI can get stuck forever. Like right up there corner, I looked at for a second there. They can get stuck there forever, and they are actually very likely to do so. You might see 1 or 2 AIs getting stuck there now. And just as I said it, look at the AIs. Oh, they're actually driving around. No, 1 is stuck there. 1 is stuck there. Let's take a little peek when we go through and see what's happening there. As you can see, the AIs are basically driving towards the wall because they think that that's the fastest way towards the goal. Because they're trying to get to this point I am at right now, through the wall, because they don't register that there is a wall there. They don't understand that there's a wall there, so they are driving forward, trying to get to the goal the fastest way possible. That explains like a lot of the bad AI routing in this game. Not all of it, but most of it. And here we go. It's gonna be the final course this tour, which is the easiest of all boating stages. This course we are gonna stand still for a little bit, and we are gonna hope we get the rainbow. The rainbow is really not useful at all in this course. We are not gonna use it. It's because this course is filled with boosts, and if we use the rainbow, we are probably gonna miss a boost because of the bad routing for it. Or I'm actually gonna try it here. I've never tried rainbow in this course before. Not worth it. I tried to get into the boost circle there because it's really important to get the boost circles in this course because we get extended boost. It's very rare to get rainbows in this position, and I actually just start to use a strategy where I stop at the start of each stage to get better RNG, because at first I didn't think it was worth it. But there is a thing that makes it worth it. They're hopefully gonna see on next course, otherwise I'm gonna let the cat out of the box next course if you don't get it. I can explain it. And it is like the key behind all of the routing things we do in this game. Okay, here we go, start the final tour. Waiting a little bit because in this course it is more important normally that we get a clock here. This run is not good from an RNG perspective, by the way. We normally get far more triple boosts than this. There are still 3 more courses to get triple boosts on, obviously. Well, 2, because I'm not gonna go for triple boosts on the second to last course, because of course it's a little hard to do. Okay, now we know. I'm gonna explain the trick now that is the reason behind all of the routing in this game. And it's called, I don't know what's best call it, item duplication or RNG manipulation. I want to call it an RNG manipulation trick because it kinda is, but we kinda not really doing much except for setting up the situations where it can occur. There is a very powerful RNG glitch in this game that is very special. It allows us to always get the item we had before in our box in the next box we pick up during certain circumstances. That is why I said before that if an AI gets a clock, we are super likely to see more clocks because the AI can duplicate the clock. So if we get a triple boost at the start of the race and we go through a box later, we can actually get a triple boost from that box. How that works is probably, I haven't read the source code, but the most likely reason for this is because of a synchronization error in the game. Where the game is basically, I'm gonna explain how I think the items work in this game first. Basically, the items are probably built by 2 parameters: which item you have and how many shards you have of the item. Each item probably has 3 charges. When you go through a box, what the game is telling the game to do, what the code is telling the game to do is, if the item charge is 0, pick up a new item and set it to 3. Are you with me so far? Pick up an item and set the charge to 3. That's what it says if item is a 0. Up item and set it to that. I think it's actually that it's always picking it up, and if charges are 0, change the item. However, if that process would be handled by multiple threads and there wasn't some synchronization in place, what could happen, and this is what I think happens when that happens, is that the game actually puts the 3 shards in place before they swap item, at which point the property required for the game to change item becomes invalid. So at that point the game is gonna say, nope, we're not gonna change your item and we're gonna give you a new item of the one you already had. But you're technically not getting a new item, but you are entirely skipping out in the RNG process. It is one of the most powerful glitches. And it's the reason why the record for this game is as low as it is. Because on good runs we can basically get 3 or 4 triple boosts in a row on the same course. We can go through the entire course getting triple boosts. It's pretty rare to happen as it is an error, and it is super RNG-ish, as I would actually dare say it's more RNG than RNG, because as it is a synchronization error with threading, it's very, very hard to manipulate properly and to have any form of control over or any prediction ability over. This is why we are waiting at the start of each race to see if we can get a triple boost. If it wasn't for this glitch, it would just barely not be worth it, but because that glitch exists, and each time we get a triple boost, we are actually opening up for that to happen, it is so worth it. Because if we get like 3 triple boosts from one course, we can save up to 40 seconds in that course compared to not getting it. And it does actually save time on average because of that. On this run it sadly hasn't, because we haven't really gotten any triple boosts. We have had really bad luck this run. But we haven't had too many clocks either though, so that's fantastic. Normally we can see like 5-6 clocks happen at the same time as well. Because of this glitch as well. Actually, without this glitch, the average run would actually be faster in this game. Because, okay, simple math here. There are 6 AIs, there's 1 me. There are 6 AIs who throughout the entire run, the entire race, can get clocks to use on me and to trigger the glitch on. Therefore, while I pick up maybe 1 box per race that can give me it, the AI is gonna pick up 12. So for each time I get it, it's actually far more in our favor than that, but I'm using this for simplicity's sake because we are doing a lot of stuff in the routing to make sure it happens. For example, when we pick up an item box, we do actively not pick up an item box while we have the triple boost. Because I've noticed that doing so does actually make it far more likely to get it. And I've actually never seen it happen before we've gotten a triple boost when we have picked up a box in between boxes. I'm not sure if I just don't have enough large sample size to see it, or if it's like that. However, due to how often I have done it, I want to say that it's very, very likely that picking up a box could actually ruin the chain. So I am not doing it. It's actually not a time loss to do so either. It's actually a good thing to not pick up item boxes, because the item boxes are normally very out for a way. And the only reason why we pick up item boxes sometimes is to get is if we can get the the triple boost required for the RNG manipulation. Now, yeah, here we have what I talked about. 1 clock rarely comes alone in this game. Of course, when it happens, it's not always that. It's sometimes that several AIs in a row gets clocks, but it does increase the odds significantly of getting more clocks, as you Clearly, yeah, now we're seeing it. We're seeing it in full action now. The exact thing I talked about, but the negative thing of it. As I said, it's far more likely to work against us than for us. The only reason why it does sort of work for us is because we know it can happen and we are setting up for it. On average, I would say that doing this, slowing down to get the triple boost, saves like 20 seconds per run on average. And it gives us the possibility to get extremely fantastic runs as well. And as you can see as well with the crabs there, they were not always looking like that. That is another feature added in 1.0.1, where they basically broke the crab sprites. The crab sprites used to look a lot more crab-like. However, I always call them cars because they are moving around like the cars does in Daisy Mall. But yeah, now they look like sports cars, like broken crabby sports cars, and we are gonna have time about... Now it's timer. Now it's timer.
Sorry, you like
Don't
caught me
worry.
off guard with that. I wasn't ready.
Yeah, sorry.
I hope
That is
it
the
wasn't
case.
a PB.
No,
I hope it wasn't
I
a PB and I messed
promise
it
it wasn't. I promise it wasn't. The PB would require like 5 or 6 triple boosts on the run. I think we
up.
had one.
Okay, good. I don't feel so bad then.
Yeah. What time did I get? Sort of.
It says 29, 31, 92.
Yeah, that sounds reasonable for the luck we had.
The luck, quote unquote.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't the worst thing that could happen. We could have had a game crash on the course I said.
Oh,
a game crash
wait,
on.
so this game crashes?
Oh yeah, I explained that at the end of the course. There's a course that crashed,
dang.
and that
Okay.
loses 3 minutes right off.
Oh,
You have to
I'm
replay
sorry,
an
I just
entire
missed that.
course.
Oh no. That's just a reset then when that happens.
Oh yeah, it is. Except for in a marathon. It's really fun when it happens in marathons actually, because people never expect it. Which way I never talk about before it happens.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for
Mike,
showing us
thank
that
you
game.
so much
Is
for
there
having me
anything?
here.
It was so much fun. You actually submitted for the Horrible games I saw. I might submit for
Oh
that
yeah,
one as well.
oh yeah.
so I might run into
I've
you
been
again.
submitted for that one since forever. I think this
So
game
I'll
is
probably see
stable
you
at
around.
that. Yeah, I think this game is stable at that event at this point.
It's a really cool game to see.
It is
I'm
a
not
really
gonna
cool
lie.
game, yeah.
Yeah,
very
it's
interesting
so
game.
colorful and cool. Yeah. Is there anything you wanted to plug?
Oh, not really. Except for feel free to follow me on Twitch.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, if you want to see more stuff like this or other runs, I do.
Yes.
Before you go, there was one dono that just came in.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
From
Awesome.
Volty. Saying, oh my god, I need to play this game.
I figured he was
no.
gonna want to play it. I figured.
No. Oh no, don't. This game is horrible. You'll decide.
Trust me,
Yeah.
he'll love it.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah.
Alrighty, well,
Thank you so much for
much.
the donations. And yeah, this is a fun game to speedrun. Really fun speed game because of all of the weirdness.
Yeah. Alrighty, well, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for
I'm gonna
having
turn
me.
the audio off. Yeah.
Alright. Stick around, everyone. There's plenty more speedrun action coming your way.